I'm Susie Vine with Vine Therapy and with 3X Less Stress, helping you address stress on the physical, emotional, and environmental levels so you can live with greater resilience and vitality and lasting health. And today what I want to talk about is how to survive until you get to book your next massage appointment. In the times that we are in at present, massage is considered a non-essential service. So many clinics have closed, and all the responsible practitioners that I know of are taking a pause in practicing and seeing their clients right now in order to control the spread of disease. And so currently, you can't book yourself a massage appointment. And personally, in my practice, I have many regulars who see me consistently, weekly or twice a month for pain management and other support. And so I know I'm missing them, and I'm sure that people who support their bodies with regular massage are also feeling the lack of their regular massage therapy. So here's a couple things you can do until you get back on your massage therapist's table. Alrighty, so first of all, very important and easy to overlook, although right now with all of this stress in supporting our immunity and how we can keep our immunity strong, you've probably already heard the message, but very important is to stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water. You should aim for half of your body weight, that would be in pounds, in the number of ounces of water you want to drink every day. So aim for a nice amount of water. It's even more supportive if you make a couple of those glasses of water, nice warm water with some juice of a half an orange or so you get some extra vitamin C and some warm liquids clearing your throat. And so that's very important. Stay well hydrated throughout the season, general rule of thumb, but what a great time to practice it when you're at home and close to all the hydration you can imagine in your refrigerator and from your water filter or tap. So number 2, to support yourself until you get to book your next massage, stretch. Do some nice stretches, really work out the muscles and do a little bit of that muscular relief that you get on your massage therapist's table yourself. And a good rule of thumb, an easy place to start from, is any position that you spend a lot of your time in. A lot of us are sitting at a desk with our arms forward at a keyboard, or looking at phones, or doing other things. Even manual labor tends to have our arms forward. Anything you can do to break out of that box, to open up any areas that tend to get shortened or tightened across the front of our chest, the pectoral muscles, even the subscapularis when our arms are internally rotated and forward. Anything you can do to stretch those muscles out is going to be so beneficial. Just think of breaking out of that box. Stretch the back, stretch the low back, open up the hips. There's some great videos on YouTube with some good tips. Find someone who's a responsible practitioner who's very mindful of your body position and gives good cues so that they make sense to you and you can adjust your body position since you don't have eyes on you to help you maintain a good posture. Find a responsible yoga practitioner or physical therapist online with some great stretching routines that you can incorporate. Just take a couple of minutes a day. If you're doing some desk work from home while we are self-isolating, then aim to stretch at least for a couple of minutes every hour, or you can double that up 5 to 10 minutes every 2 hours, just to throughout the day counteract those positions that we tend to get stuck in. All right, so number 2, stretching. Number 3, in terms of self-care to support you until your next massage session, I'm a big fan, and I'm always recommending this to my massage clients: Epsom salt baths. Epsom salts are actually magnesium sulfate, and magnesium is a really essential mineral for many cellular processes in our body. It's important for supporting energy production, but also for promoting the relaxation in the muscle tissue themselves. Without enough magnesium, our muscles tend to stay tight and contracted. And so when we have sufficient magnesium, that supports the relaxation of the muscle fibers, which is so important in that physical relaxation sensation. So make sure you're getting enough magnesium. Doing a soak in an Epsom salt bath is fantastic because you're absorbing it transdermally and it's getting right into the muscles and the tissues where it needs that support. When you take it in through the diet, through a supplement, then it goes through the digestive system. There's potential for some digestive upset. And so it's just easier and altogether more relaxing if you can incorporate it into a nice hot Epsom salt bath. At least 20 minutes, up to 45 minutes is fantastic for maximum absorption. Or if you don't have the time or a great space to have a nice hot soak in a tub, then you can do, what works really great on the go is magnesium oil. You can buy a bottle like this from a health food store. You can buy it online. You can find recipes online to make your own. It's not actually made with oil. It tends to be a form of magnesium, often magnesium sulfate, dissolved in water. So it's liquid form. You can spray it on, you can rub it in, you can go about your day. I like to take a little bit of this that I have bought, just the magnesium sulfate in water, and add a couple of essential oils. In mine I have lavender, frankincense, and birch for a little cooling sensation, a little anti-inflammatory action with the essential oils, some coconut oil to enhance the absorption. I feel like that works more directly and takes care of any tingling that you might feel topically when you apply magnesium oil. Sometimes people get a tingling or even like a slight itching sensation. So I also have been told that is relieved when your body gets up to the right balance of magnesium, so you can see how that feels for you. Alrighty, in terms of other self-care, I really love to use some of the tools that I've collected in my practice and just along the way for self-care. And so one of my favorites, you can do it with a big foam roller. It's pretty good sized, or if you don't have one, or if you like something smaller, you can cut off a part of a pool noodle. But what I like to do, other than rolling out muscle areas, which I am no expert at, again, lots and lots of YouTube videos with help if you want to use a foam roller for rolling out specific areas and relieving some muscle tension. Personally, my roller gets the most use when I lay it down. I line it up along my spine, and I get a really great chest opening sensation across the rib cage, opening up the shoulders, the upper pectoral muscles, aligning the spine, taking a little stress off. Use a pillow under your head if you need a little bit of support. Make sure it's a nice length so that your sacrum and your hips are properly supported. You're not falling off and putting a bad arch into your low back. So stretching up back with the noodle is one of my favorites for self-care, or using a couple of tools that I have collected along the way. I've got a great massage roller, which is great for larger muscle groups like the quads. You can roll that out, or the hamstrings. Very nice, especially if you have someone else who can use that on you, on your back, or you can use that on them. And for smaller areas, you can get creative. A client of mine actually gave me this little wooden truck, which is perfect because the wheels do the same rolling work, but great for smaller muscle areas like the forearms, which get so tight when you're doing that desk work. So tools like this are really handy to collect. With a little creativity, you never know what you can put to work for you. But you can always go with the massage therapist's secret weapon for self-care, the Theracane, which is fantastic because these knobs and the shape of it, with a little bit of forward pressure, you get exponentially more pressure applied to trigger points along your back. So those tender areas along the inside of the shoulder blades, between the shoulder blade and the spine, along the top of the shoulders there, the levator scapula is a common culprit when we have our arms forward. So some really great areas you can get with your Theracane. You can find it online. The name is a combination of the word therapy and cane like walking cane, but there are many competitors now in the market. So look for one that looks like a good match for your needs. I like this one because it has a couple of other knobs, so you can change up the leverage and work a little differently. Use these two knobs along the back of your neck. And when you start out for 1 minute of self-care, you might just find yourself giving yourself 10 to 15. It's a bit addictive, but it's a good habit to pick up. Alrighty, and another tool that you can make at home that I recommend a lot is a tennis ball. I like to put it in a sock. And so you can lean against the wall, or you can lay on the floor. You can drop the ball over your shoulder. It's a little less isolated pressure. It's not quite as deep, but still very effective. If you don't have a Theracane for working on some of these trigger points, you can lean against the wall and use the sock to change the position. It's a little easier than trying to keep track of it without a sock and rolling it around, but again, very addictive. You might find yourself spending some extra minutes working out knots in your back. You can use it to work out knots in your glutes by rolling with the ball underneath of your hip against the floor. And you can roll out your feet. This is one thing that I recommend to a lot of clients as well, since that reflexology map on your feet correlates with your entire body. And if you look up reflexology maps online, you'll find a lot of great examples. And so if this is the foot, the spine goes along the center, the head and neck are at the base of the big toe and across the shoulders at the base of the other toes, coming down to the colon and the digestive area, the hips. You can address by massaging around your ankles. And so reflexology is a wonderful way to address a lot of your body with a little bit of focus. And if you're filling your shopping cart online, I've seen on Amazon, and you can look around at some other websites, for reflexology socks that put a little map on your sock. So if you've got somebody at home and you want to trade a little self-care, that's a great way to know what you're working on. So those are some tips to help keep you relaxed and feeling good until your next massage therapy session. One last tip before I go: if you feel like treating yourself or committing to self-care as soon as we can get back into the clinics and get back into the therapy rooms, you can buy yourself a gift certificate. Let your massage therapist know that you respect their work and that you're looking forward to seeing them again, and get a gift certificate for yourself or for someone that you love, and pay it forward. Alrighty, even though you don't know exactly when that appointment is going to be, you can always reschedule it. It's a lot easier to put something on the books and reschedule later than to wait for that perfect opportunity, because life has a way of filling up around the edges, and sooner than we know, we'll be back to life as normal. So hold on to this practice, develop all these great self-care practices right now while you've got the time at home, and you can carry these forward with you and maintain in between massage therapy appointments in the future. Thanks very much. If you like this video, please feel free to share with friends or subscribe.